Today's song is called The Unsung Hero, even more so now than ever, and his crew. It's about someone very special to us who is leaving today.
Spoiler alert. It's about a guy named that you might know as
Cookie Lord.
Lucas.
Woo!
Alright. You gonna do this?
Yeah.
Lucas, aka Cookie Lord, and the entire crew, and Amir, and everyone who is awesome. You're the best. We will miss you. But with that said, let us explore the ForeverVerse. When we last left our adventurers, they had met with the mayor of Mercleon, learning not only about the state of Avalon, but their ship, their position in this new world, and about the public execution of their very first friend in this world, Edward Mercus, as well as several other key dissidents of the Avalon Church. Confronted with this difficult choice, they must now make a decision. Save or condemn an innocent man. Presumably innocent man.
Presumably. We don't know for sure.
Now, unless I laughed regarded when I had to take off for the moment, you were all in your room at the Duck's Booties, which, for the record, there was some art of that came out. I don't know if you guys saw. I retweeted it, but somebody made the sign, literally the tavern sign, for the Duck's Booties.
Oh, I'm looking for that right now.
It was
awesome.
amazing. But in the meantime, you had discussed quite a bit about what you were going to do.
Yes.
I had, because of the extraneous circumstances, I left a lot of things kind of open-ended, so I wanted to clarify things a bit from the last episode by reading to you the entire sheet that you, Jade, aka
Nicole.
Nicole,
Oh.
get my notes out,
That I procured.
that you procured from the mayor's office.
I mean, we just needed it.
It did not only...
Too sneaky.
What's that?
I said we just needed it more than
It's-
needed.
He did.
It's good justification.
You just needed it.
It just was literally like, whoop.
Yep.
Oh, what's that? What's that you're hiding there? I don't mean so.
Pay attention to the attractive woman on the other side of the room.
While Stella's just being Stella.
Yeah, did anyone see that one? With all six of us and Stella going like this?
No,
No, how am I missing all
Oh
these?
man! Oh, it's great.
Was it a GIF or a
It was
GIF?
a, yeah, it was
Whatever.
a
It
GIF.
was a GIF.
It's GIF. I hate GIF.
Yes, it is GIF.
GIF is peanut butter.
Just also a tasty
actually
peanut butter.
Jif.
It is GIF, but it should be GIF.
Doesn't matter.
Tomato, tomato.
So let me read the entire sheet because it did not only include the official seal of the Duke Palfrey, but it also included his signature. All right.
Yay!
This is it. So
That's not good.
from the Duke Palfrey.
She likes to do that.
To the Honorable Mayor Quinleme, I'd hope that all is well with you. I have been made aware of your recent troubles with issues regarding the Vaticine missionaries into Mercleon, and my heart goes out to you. I sadly share in your issues, and you have my utmost sympathy, as playing the role of mediator between very passionate voices can often be taxing. I, unfortunately, write with ill tidings. It is with great sadness and disdain that I must inform you that a plot has been forming against our fair Queen Elaine. And as you know, we have agents of the Queen constantly on guard, and we have been given recent evidence that strongly suggests a scheme that has been emerging in your fair city of Mercleon. I do not blame you, good sir, as you are a trusted and well-known friend of the Queen, and simply an agent of the people. However, it is my duty to inform you that a list has been provided of potential suspects to you by my assistant Angelico, and I would hope that you would investigate each in due course, and, if need be, execute any traitors to the crown.
Jeez.
On top of this incredibly difficult and damning order, I must also ask your patience further, as the tension with the peoples of Wadesboro is wound tightly. Many have begun to view our treatment of the Vaticine converts as an act of tyranny, particularly from members of the clergy. They grow more bold day by day and speak more openly against the Queen. As a result, I would ask that any executions, if you must commit, be laid away from the general population and under the scrutiny of only those you trust, so as not to invite Vaticine insurgency to ignite the populace. While it is illegal in Avalon to not execute a tried man in front of his peers, I ask that you are very diligent in who you should allow to attend. Thank you for your time and patience, and God save the Queen. Duke Palfrey.
Jeez. He blindly trusts that. He blindly trusts that the mayor isn't in charge of it. He's just like, I trust you, explicitly.
That's kind of what you got to do as a
Yeah.
duke, though, you know?
Yeah, delegate.
Well, I guess now that now that we know that the public execution
It's not
is
gonna be
not so public, does that change our
Yes.
plans?
Yes.
Yeah,
has to.
he's not. Yeah, he's
Because
not.
it doesn't allow us the public stage with which to interrupt.
Humiliate.
Right.
Unless we think we can convince the small people that he trusts there, but that's obviously going to be a lot harder.
Well, not impossible, but yes, more difficult.
Yeah.
But that's kind of, I feel it's kind of where we just need to, so I think our argument now falls upon the mayor that, people are going to think, people know he disappeared. People know why he disappeared. If he disappears and does not re-show up, then the Vaticine people are going to be ignited.
And
Our basic argument
not
is
just
not
him. He's one of like 50 that's
Right.
being gathered up and executed. So if people realize
Yeah.
they
That
all
people
are
are disappearing, then it's going to cause more issues for him to just.
Well, and Duke Palfrey, look, what I know about the Duke Palfrey is that he is a man of the people. He freed the people from tyranny. So the fact that this is happening under his watch and under Elaine's watch it just doesn't bode well. It doesn't sound like either of them.
It seems like we could possibly use the Duke, but the time to get to see him and come back seems prohibitive.
But the time to only go get to see him might... We could look the other way.
No.
Okay.
I'm afraid our friend would be gone from this world if we went all the way there and got back. I don't know if we could do it in time.
Well, we do have the opportunity to talk to Angelico tonight, yes?
Right, we haven't even talked to him.
That's right.
I'm not sure how that could help us regarding the execution, but it's worth a try as something that, this is obviously a time-sensitive issue, and he's right across the hall.
There is the issue of how we know them.
Good point.
It is not as if we came across this information in an upward manner, so why would we listen to what we had to say?
I think there's power in them not knowing how we know it.
Let's see.
It's not going to take them long to figure out that the paper is missing and we were in the office.
I don't know, that's a pretty big stack of papers.
Well, we could also use the fact that we wanted access, or I definitely wanted access to the art connoisseur, perhaps Fence even. Remember his name? Because I wrote it down. I sure did. Monsieur Catercorn. We could use that as at least an opener, an icebreaker.
Well,
If
that-
we did not actually admit that we knew the fate of Mr. Marcus, only that we were greatly concerned, and bringing our concern to him, that might...
Well, we can use the task that the mayor gave us.
Yes.
The mayor told us we're supposed to seek out Vadacine, so, whether we say we're for the Vadacine execution that's presumably happening tomorrow or against it doesn't really matter if we're just trying to get information about it.
It seems as if it would be pretty easy to gain an audience to that execution because of our new job that has been tasked to us. So we could show up there, probably without no problem, and then maybe stop it if we do in fact believe that this Eduardo is our friend.
Well, regardless of whether or not he's our friend, he is innocent of the charges, as proven by the impossibility of him doing the things that they asked.
That is true. Yes, he is an innocent
That's
man.
right. He
So now we
didn't.
have to decide whether or not we're going to take up his innocent life as part of our cause, or perhaps go and worry about our sheep and other stuff. I don't
Well, we
To-
know that he's innocent of having a gathering of 10 or more people in his home.
This is true.
We can figure he's innocent of the cash because him and his father did not have a lot of fun, seemingly, when we stumbled across them. Do we know if he's necessarily saying, damning things about the queen in other areas? No, we do not.
And
Saying
there is-
It
certain
isn't-
things
it
about
isn't-
someone and plotting to overthrow them are two different things.
In Versace, I hate the culture that there are the haves and the have-nots. It sucks. It's really bad. But so I would side more with freedom of the people, freedom of religion, and that is what Duke Palfrey in my mind stands for. So to have more information would be better. So if we can stop the execution in a peaceful way, to prevent more, just scared executions just because of fear, that would be wonderful.
I agree. Religious freedom should be upheld at all costs. 5 minutes ago / last time we were talking.
Yes, it was just moments ago.
Yeah.
It seems like so much time has passed.
Interior cabin
We had
continuous.
said that we wanted to get clarification on the list and order, which I believe we now have. We'd
Yes.
said that we wanted to check with Angelico. We'd said that we wanted information on the execution from Brandy, which I believe is your department, sir.
But
Well, it
we
would
do
seem,
now
yes.
know that it is not a public execution, that we have to stop in the
so she
morning.
wouldn't know.
It is a private thing, yes. Yes.
Let's
Sometime
let's
now.
go to
I-
Angelico.
Angelico seems like the next logical move.
Would it be worth trying to get Brandy to rally together some folks to go watch this supposedly public execution?
You think we should incite a riot to stop a riot from being incited?
I'm just throwing it out there. If our original plan was to get everybody fired up that people are being executed wrongly, but now we know that everybody's not going to be there, we could take the getting everybody there on our own. Maybe just throwing it out there. I don't know if it's the best plan.
I
Just
believe
throwing
we
it out
start
there.
with the Duke.
The-
I mean, the Angelico, the
Yeah.
assistant.
He's across the hall, and you are his former gardener, after all. Maybe he'll
Right, I forgot about that.
maybe he will forget that you were his gardener and accept it as the truth.
Wait, that was a lie.
Right, but I'm saying he's A very important
Sundry,
person. He may not remember every gardener he ever
What
had.
is a
I
lie,
feel-
though, really?
Coming at him with false information is a great way to win his distrust quite quickly. Perhaps if we just use the information that we have, that is factual, we might make better headway.
It sounds like Fateless has just volunteered for the job.
What?
Meanwhile, I will go downstairs and keep talking to Brandy, see what I can find out.
Surprise, surprise.
What? You're the one who suggested it. Nikolai Chihuahua.
And then I go downstairs to talk to Brandy.
All right.
Great.
As you stumble downstairs, or I'm sorry, elegantly.
Oh, we're following
traverse
me now?
downstairs.
Great, let's follow me.
Yeah, you're the first one to make a decision at this point.
It's the bar adventure.
Very true.
You walk into the open area and see that the tavern is still quite filled, and you can see that despite being a boisterous tavern, that people are actually taking it very light. As far as the conversation's lighter and quieter than it normally would be. There isn't as much boisterous, drunken storytelling as you would expect a large tavern like this to potentially have. It seems like a very mild night, all things considered. And you watch as Brandy, who is currently not serving anybody at the moment, is just sitting against the bar with a rag and a cup, as bartenders do.
Yeah,
They're
they
not
do.
doing anything, you know? Classic washing a cup with
Yeah.
a dirty rag.
I love it.
Excuse me, Brandy.
Yes.
It seems like it is a very mild night, all things considered. How are you doing?
Oh.
Well, I'm doing quite great.
Quite great.
Yeah.
Do you have a love in your life that makes you very happy?
Oh.
I'm not anything like that. I just have to say, I'm so excited for the festival tomorrow.
Oh yes, I am new to town. What is about this festival? Tell me.
You will be so gracious to know that the Markleon Oyster Festival is tomorrow.
The Oyster Festival.
Oh, it's
Oysters,
wonderful.
yeah.
Every
I
year.
love.
Oh, I hear them.
I was not even
They're-
there.
Especially when they're fresh out from the ocean. They're so succulent and delicious.
Absolutely. You know they say that it is just an aphrodisiac.
Yes, well, as you are such a charmer. It's not like I haven't heard that line before, though.
Oh!
Well, are you going to be attending?
Wait, hang on a second, okay?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah! Yeah!
You did not let me finish.
You seem finished.
No, I was just getting started. That's something you have to learn about Castilians.
She watches. She puts the cup down, slides it to the other hand, and puts the shoulder up and waits anxiously.
When I mentioned that it was an aphrodisiac, you know, that's what people say. You cut me off before I could finish my thought, which was that people are wrong. That it is not an aphrodisiac. It is nothing but a simple treat for boys pretending to be men. The real aphrodisiac is conversation.
Jesus Christ.
If you're trying to do something right now, you're gonna get bumped die.
Oh.
I'm gonna get what?
She blushes deep.
Oh,
red.
yeah, she does.
Yeah,
Okay.
she is like putty to your hands at the moment.
I don't think we need to see what happens next. I think we all know what happens next. I think we can cut back.
No. I feel like we need to.
I just want to know. I just want to know what the soundtrack
Finish it
is.
out.
I just want to know what music plays underneath the stuff we skipped over. Yeah.
Is there like
Fade to black and what fades up.
We're not having a hot time lapse. We're not having a hot time lapse.
Is there like an equivalent to a jukebox in this time period, whatever time period this is?
Yeah, the
There
band.
was entertainment.
There's a band?
thing,
Yeah.
Okay, I put my finger up and I walk over to the band and I go, and I come back and they somehow nod because they're gonna play this style of music. And then I sit back down and I start talking to Brandy, and right when I look in her eyes, you hear Bambalea.
A little Castilian salsa to
Full
kind of
on,
bring in.
full on Spanish, absolutely yes.
Yeah.
And then
Aren't you a surprise? You really know how to make a girl blush.
speaking of blushing and speaking of surprises, isn't it crazy what's happening with all of these executions in the town right now? Brandy?
Yeah. Mhm. Good segue.
Did you hear about that? Did you?
No, I'm not talking about a buzzkill.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be rooting for me.
I'm on Brandy's side.
You were on the original plan, and then you like veered hard left. And like,
I'm a
you
Leo.
talk to shit not going to know anything. You should have just gotten the action.
You were doing.
What are you doing?
I don't know,
I'm trying to play the game. This is called role playing, you guys.
Yeah, I'm.
Fair enough. Fair
I
enough.
don't know anything about it.
No,
No,
Fair
you didn't
enough.
let me finish it. We're getting into well, no, to be honest, I haven't heard much about the executions. Though I did hear Poitier talking about something the other day.
Who talking about?
Poitier, you know, the innkeeper.
Oh, potty.
Potty.
Yes, party.
No,
Yes.
that's yeah. No, I believe they were talking something about a private invite, and he has a letter or something in his room. He was seemed very disconcerted about it all. He confided to me later that they appear to have been finding some. Well, I don't know if I should be talking to strangers so much about it.
I lightly touch your wrist.
Oh yes.
Well, okay. Yeah, it does. Aren't you the seductress? It does seem to be quite a misgiving at the moment with all of the. Well, as you know, a lot of people have been arrested lately, and now supposedly they're all being executed. And I hope it's not true. I hope that there's just disciplinary action, and that's what Poitier and I were talking about. But
Yes, I hope none of your, I'm sure they're very guapo, gorgeous boyfriends are being executed because that would be a shame, Brandy. That
no,
would be a shame.
it's sad. I mean, we're all men and women of God here, but it's so sad to see the fervence in which people have been speaking out against well, everything. This is such a happy little town.
Shh, too much. It's too much talking of stress.
Okay, Jesus.
She's very stressed out. You can see she's wringing her hands.
And there is not enough talking about the color of your eyes.
Oh! Oh!
My emotions.
That's what this episode's gonna be.
I'm having a hard time deciding
Sexting.
whether or not to be completely sad or completely off my brain. Just please make a decision.
Oh!
What you want.
Oh!
Talk more about this terrible executions. Just don't leave me hanging.
I don't. Why would I want to talk about those terrible executions?
No.
You told me that you were distressed about what you're hearing in town, and I have come down here, Brandy, to try to make you feel better. Tell you what.
Just come to the festival with me tomorrow. Let's just make it easy.
The Oyster Festival?
Yes, of course, the Oyster Festival. What other festival is there in town?
Okay, sounds good.
Wait, are you gonna do it tonight? or not?
I don't know. I'm thinking I'm gonna come back and check in with my crew to see how much longer. If I have a night off, then yeah, I'm gonna come back down and see where things go with Brandy. But it's all about the mission, you guys. I'm trying to role play, okay?
I'm happy about it. I'm not mad about
Yeah,
that.
don't make excuses
So
for your
that's-
role play.
Brandy is the mission right now, brother.
Santiago, not necessarily Alejandro, but Santiago has a long history of seducing. He's
And
good.
failing. And failing.
No, he's failing.
Dottie was not a fail, dude.
Dottie wasn't a fan.
Dottie was not a fail.
But remember
right.
that one? What was that one woman? And then I was like, "Oh, I'm gay." That was the best.
Yeah.
The body that I was in.
When you
that was great.
discover that the body you've hopped into is gay.
Yeah, when he was in a werewolf, he learned very quickly that he was a gay Jewish man. Only when he was attempting to seduce
Delish
somebody.
Malish.
She's like,
Delish
oh
Malish.
wait, no, I don't actually want to touch you. I want to.
At all.
I want to touch him. Like a lot.
That's exactly what happened.
Yes.
Yep.
Good times. All right.
So what are the rest of us doing about
Let's go to Alejandro.
Well, you were to say we don't want to roll up there
and Hector?
super deep, do we? Or do we want to roll up there super deep? We just want to head over there. Or we want a couple of us. How do we want to do this?
I feel like regardless of how many people we send over there, we approach with the tactic of the mayor tasked us to find these Vadacine people who are speaking ill of the queen and see if he has any information that can help us with that.
Logical
'Cause that's
fallacy.
true.
Just had a thought. If they've already arrested 50 people and are going to execute them tomorrow, who the hell are we looking for?
More. That's what the mayor asked us to do.
Are there
was
more?
find
How many
more.
Vadacine are in the?
So they have the suspected list, but what they're looking for is the people that they don't even suspect.
To make-
because they got that list from
Well, we can just-
Waynesboro that was
yeah.
far away.
To make a clarification, if this is more akin to maybe what you wish, is that this may only be maybe the first batch. You don't know how many people are on that slab at the moment.
Okay.
Maybe it's the full list.
Maybe it's just like 5 or 10.
Maybe it's 5 or 10. You're not.
Okay, so do we want to roll in deep, or we want to just send a couple of us, or what do we want to do here?
I feel like
He seems like a fancy man, to be honest, with all that
Perhaps he
perfume and
should
stuff.
So you're in.
Lead
Good.
the way.
Okay, who else?
I will make it. I would like to go. I think he would recognize at
Pleasure.
least my kind.
Plus, you're attempting to get to do Palfrey, so this could be a good connection for you.
Oh, you are
Are you
right
still
on my brain.
Are you still in your torn up gown from the beach?
Yeah, but it looks real good on me.
Well, yes,
Well,
but it's
remember she cut it up and tightened it up.
yeah.
tightened it
I
up.
know.
Yeah, but
she
it still is that,
She made
yeah.
some makeshift fashion choices with it for sure.
Yeah, but it is still tattered.
But it's still. But you still all look a little bit like
Rough.
well, shipwreck survivors. You know, there is that element to it.
So when we had wealth to buy new clothing.
I would
May
like
I
to go and just
Too
hang. I would like to go and just hang in the background and observe.
Okay. You know, it might add our tatty state might add to like our story that we're bounty hunters basically.
Tatty is my normal look, so
You wear it well.
Well, as long as everything we say is factual, that we've been shipwrecked
We can
here,
show
the
him the
mayor
coin.
knew we were new to the
Show
city,
him the
gave us
mayor's
the
coin.
coin, tasked us with this. I mean, all of that, if he fact checks it, that's completely accurate.
What
Let's
time is it
go.
right now?
It's evening. It is not in the twilight hours yet, but you're definitely a little past dinner time.
All right. So
Let's do it.
we're going to head down to his room.
Knockety knock knock.
Look and
You're knocking. You hear a very high-pitched voice coming from the other side. Yes, who is it?
good evening. It is Faithless and his companions. We have been tasked by the mayor to help and find any potential Vaticine interlopers. We would like to speak with you about the charge.
Faithless.
Yes, we met briefly in the mayor's office as we walked in and you were leaving.
I don't know a Faithless. 1 minute and I will speak with the master.
Oh.
You hear
as a servant.
It's good.
and you hear as a door slowly creaks open and you see a crouching not stooping but definitely an older gentleman who seems to have long wispy hair,
It's a coin.
jowls as you're holding up with the coin, immaculately dressed but with wispy hair and long drooping jowls as he opens the door and goes, "My master will see you. Come in." As you opens the door, you see that it is, even though it is across the hall from you, that this is definitely the deluxe suite. It is, you are basically into an antechamber that has several couches, a couple chairs.
Oh, note, I didn't think about this. I didn't want to carry anything other than my dagger. I don't want to go over there fully loaded.
Good choice. So, and where are you putting said dagger?
I'd just be hanging, from the belt like it normally would be.
Okay. And how about the other four
Mine's always concealed in my boot.
Yeah.
in your boot? Your knife.
What? Knife.
I only have a walking stick.
All right. And Santiago, if you're
Are you coming
rapier.
with us now? Are you
No, I'm
back?
still downstairs pounding back drinks.
that's
I've got my sword fully.
I thought you were
True.
gonna be found in something else. You were pretty close.
Pounding
You were
that
pretty
brandy.
close.
Pounding that brandy.
There you go. Perfect.
Pounding
as
that
you-
brandy.
As you continue to walk forward into the next room, you watch as the old man puts his hand out and in a crossbar, stopping you, Fateless. You were surprised by his virility and his strength, of the which he is holding you back. And he goes, "Let me see that." And he snatches the coin from your hand, and you watch as he turns it over and inspects it with the detail that a jeweler would give a precious stone, and hands it back to you and goes, "Please give me your dagger, if you please." He takes it, and then he watches. He stuffs it in an inside coat pocket, not even carrying that it's an open blade, and goes, "Ow!" Well, that was bad. As the second door opens, and you see that that it is an immaculately dressed studio, but more oddly enough, it seems that that the room has been upgraded since the time in which he has been in here. You're seeing lots of various luxuries and artifacts that have been brought in to decorate the room that definitely didn't come with the studio. There's tapestries and rugs that are being hung in various places, and they all look like they've been hung extremely recently, but they are very out of place in this kind of commonplace tavern. You see a gentleman sitting with smoke kind of trailing up from the top of his chair as he is looking out, staring at the lights on the street below.
As I take in the artifacts and things in the room, I just want to make sure I don't see anything that looks like it came from the captain's safe.
Oh, sure. Okay. You want to keep that eye moving?
Yeah. Well,
bit?
I'm going to be looking with wonderment, like, wow, look at all the wonderful things. Is anything in here I want? You know?
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'm going to be searching out who I can make eye contact with. Maybe it's Alejandro, maybe it's the old man, but I'm going to try to.
Well, the old man is definitely scrutinized every single one of you with a piercing gaze of sort. But Angelico is still currently in his chair, staring out of the window at the moment. So he hasn't gone up to address you
I don't
yet.
think he has a title.
Looked at us.
No, he hasn't gone up. You've literally just opened the door.
What's his title, Ivan?
His title?
Angelico? Yeah.
Angelico. So his full name, as you will learn, is Angelico Ulhe.
Ulhe?
Yes.
And is he like the deputy?
He is the assistant to the Duke Palfrey.
Okay.
You know?
Cool.
Yes. He is essentially the executive assistant to the Duke. You know?
Right, he's the Duke's man then.
Right, he is the Duke's man. Now, as soon as you open the door, you take a couple of you file in, all four of you come in, and at that moment you watch as he stands up with an elegant swish. It seems if he's getting up for him was a dance move that should be celebrated as he walks up to you in stride and goes, yes. Good to meet you all again. I recognize you from the mayor's office. How do you do?
Do we know which area of the world he's from, or does he seem Avalonian?
He doesn't seem Avalonian. If you were to make a guess, he would definitely be from the mainland. It would be difficult to tell if he is either Castilian or Montague.
Okay.
Yeah, we did hear that he was a friend of Monsieur Catacorn, so...
Presumably, there could be something in there. So it is difficult.
So I take a guess that he's Montague, and I adopt like a very French greeting.
French greeting.
And so I pose my feet in such a way that they just look very pretty. Mm-hmm. And I tap the front foot twice, and I stretch my chest forward and bow. While I'm looking up at him, and I never make eye contact, which is the Montague way.
It is the Montague way. I didn't expect such a proper greeting at this little backwater village.
Well, you didn't expect me.
No, and whom do I have the pleasure of meeting?
You may call me Stella.
Stella? That's Audacian, isn't it?
That's right. What a lucky guess for a lucky man.
Oh, well. When you're a man of my power at the Duke's hand, you'll see that I observe quite a bit about a lot of different people. So.
And when you see that I am at the hand of a lot of men with power, you will see that I observe a lot as well.
Oh, well, touche. Now, what do I owe the pleasure for you for?
We have been tasked by the mayor to look into these possible vaticine.
Ah, yes. Quite a shame it is to see such good and godly men turn to such terrible strife. I'm assuming he has tasked you with helping with our little insurgency.
Indeed.
Yes.
I do have a personal concern, or should I say we have a personal concern, with one of the detainees.
Yes. Well, one moment. You watch as he looks to his man, who he whispers courtly into his ear, and through the same pocket you watch as he flips up a single roll. He slips out the seal or the cusp onto it, the cap onto it, and hands it over to the Duke, who rolls it out and goes, yes, which detainee?
What is it? Sorry, again?
Which detainee?
Okay. Edward Marcus. Edward, right?
Yeah.
Edward Marcus. Ah, yes. I see him right here. What was your question?
Well, our concern is that
He's innocent!
Oh, well, that's a bold statement. May I ask into what proof you have of his innocence?
Scientific facts!
If I may be so bold, sir, you do not presume to be much of a man of science. You seem to be one more in the lands of, well, the faith of those above us.
Yes, but I'm not blind to the ways of science. I have at least a rudimentary knowledge of them, and any fool could see that a room that only holds 5 people could never hold 10, of which he is accused.
Ah, well, I do have it here that he was noted as potentially creating a meeting ground for other Vaticine insurgents, whether he was meeting them there or whether he was meeting them outside of his statute of living, one cannot know. Anyway, it is not my course in order to be judge. It is simply the court of the mayor in order to determine who he deems guilty in his appointed office.
it's, of course, a question of the second charge, with the finances he was said to be holding.
Well, presumably if any man who is collecting 10 or more individuals, if you are familiar with Vaticine rituals, it always includes communion. That is part of the rites and rituals of the prophets.
Indeed, but a man of such small means would be hard-pressed to find a place to hold such a...
You would always be surprised the men of small means are always the ones with largest gain.
I also find that to be true.
So, well...
In a different way.
I appreciate your insight and support. That being said, I am here to oversee what may be done, and I have more, actually, than really needs to be said, even with our insurgents. Tomorrow, well, excuse me. No, this task is sadly not mine to execute, only to oversee, if you beg the pun.
I understand. My concern is that making a bold move so quickly as to, say, the disappearance of Vaticine members could actually incite more to join the insurgency.
You watch as he takes a cigar out of his coat pocket, puts it up as his man lights it, and you watch as he takes a few deep puffs of it, and smoke curls around his finely curled mustache as he lifts up and... Fateless, is it?
Yes.
You wouldn't happen to be from Vestin Yenymar, would you?
You know that I am.
Yes, I do know.
Whoa!
And what a title to be given, sir. That must be difficult.
Also defining.
Are you here to, are you here to find and make things difficult for our little friends sitting inside of the Vaticine? Or are you here to ensure that the Queen's safety is secured?
I'm here to help find the truth, as I was asked to by the mayor. If it turns out that he is guilty of the actions, then he should be executed. However, I feel that due time should be taken in the investigation to assure that one does not execute the incorrect person.
The time, unfortunately, is a luxury we cannot learn to afford, and if there is one man in that group who has plotted against Her Majesty the Queen, then anyone who has conferred with that man would be considered, well, an accomplice.
Well, then you better arrest us all. He rescued us on the shores of the ocean, and we have talked to him and conferred with him, so therefore take us away as well.
Well, you do all appear to be quite bedraggled and heavy for such just travelers inside of town. What was your misfortune?
Shipwrecked, no less.
Ah, yes, well, that is unfortunate. I would presume your ship has been lost?
It's possible to rescue it.
What was that
The
again?
manpower and the help.
Ah, yes.
We currently do not possess.
Well, unfortunately, more than just a plot against our queen is in concern here. As you see, unfortunately, you may not look at the bigger picture. You watch as he takes the cigar half-smoked and puts it out on a tray that has magically appeared in the hands of the assistant who has provided it next to him. As he lays it down and goes, unfortunately, I'm
perfectly happy to take your request to the Duke and show him and even beg that the most utmost be done to Mr. Mercus. Unfortunately, the time in which our unfortunate duties require is notwithstanding. You see, as I said, there is more going on here than what you may appear and may even know. My duty, again, is not to judge, simply to oversee the judged. And if need be, provide the station of my office to oversee that the deed has been committed.
Well, sir, we wish to make sure that this is taken care of in the most honest and forthright way.
And you're welcome. If you would like to make sure that it's done honestly, you are all welcome to come to the unfortunate event in 2 days' time.
In 2 days.
Yes, not on the morrow, but the day after.
I have a little bit of a more personal question. What's it like working under Duke Palfrey?
He is a just man of worthy station, and I respect him just as an individual quite much.
And now, the unrehearsed version.
Well, look at you. You are clearly a woman of court, and I celebrate you for your tidings, although I do hope one day to see you in more splendid garb.
Or out
yes.
of it, if I know you.
I do know a wonderful tailor in Wadesboro that I might suggest to you. He has all of the latest fashions of Avalon. He is a wonderful man. I respect him greatly, and he has done a lot in order to see that Avalon and the Queen have come to their courtly graces. I salute him as a measure of a man. And, I hope to see his office reign long and prosperous.
Fine.
If you would like, I could arrange a meeting.
That would be unprecedented, and I would be so grateful to you.
Excellent. Well, if you promise to not make things difficult, in a few days' time, I'm more than happy to bring your wishes to discuss this matter more in depth with the Duke.
Wonderful. Seems like we have a friend, everyone.
Now, if you don't mind, unfortunately, there is much preparation tomorrow. Again, if you would like to attend, you just speak my name at the door, provide yours, and I'll make sure that you are on the, the invite list.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Excellent. Well, have a pleasant evening, all of you. Watch as he continues making eye contact with you for several steps back before he, in a flourish, turns around and sits back into his very plump and fresh-looking chair.
I'm giving him the stink eye the whole time on the exit.
Back to the room. We're back in the room. I don't like him.
We've been provided with some good information.
Sure, but my perception of Duke Palfrey is that he is a man of the people. He is helpful to everyone, and really stood behind them. And now it seems like he's won the Queen's favor because of all the people's support. And now it seems they're in league with each other to create, I don't know, some sort of fascist society based upon our religion.
Whoa, I believe we are going quite far in our assumptions. Remember, every nice guy must have an asshole at his side so that he can forever present his nice facade.
Right, that's why I'm your asshole.
I walk in right before Milton says that line.
I'm not your asshole.
Excuse me? What did I miss? What does that mean?
You have missed much.
It just seems as if it's not okay to be a Vaticine, which it doesn't sound like the Duke Palfrey that I have read about and heard of.
Perhaps you're wrong about this Duke Palfrey.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or perhaps the Duke is merely doing his job, and the underlings are, as underlings are prone to do, taking it a little further than he would.
They could just be taking the easy route. It's a lot easier to just find people who are Vaticine practitioners than it is to find people who are Vaticine practitioners who are also conspiring to kill or hurt the Queen.
That is precisely what I just said.
Right.
Well said, both of you.
So, are we gonna have to do more stuff tonight, or do we have like a night off?
Oh, we haven't slept in a minute.
Why do you smell of oysters all of a sudden?
What? What do you mean? No, that is tomorrow. The oyster festival is tomorrow.
It must be a future smell that I smell.
Yeah. You're
my
crazy.
psychic
man.
smell.
You're crazy. I like you.
We did find out that we have 2 days until the execution takes place.
Okay.
Which is a little bit more than we thought.
Okay, I found out that Potti has an invite to probably said execution in his room.
Oh, so do we.
Well done.
Well, was anyone else concerned? I don't trust this Angelico guy. And when he said, give my name at the door and I'll make sure you're on the invite list, I don't know if I trust his special invite list.
I feel like we need to just make sure that in the next tomorrow we frickin' clear Marcus.
We could also talk to our friend, the captain,
Lieutenant. Of course.
Because I did promise him some favor with the mayor, which I assume. I rolled really well to put him in his good graces.
Fortune seemed
so we
to favor
might be
your
able.
efforts.
I mean, I might be able to cash in on that.
So, all right. So, Lieutenant is a good person to help out with, and if we could.
Maybe
find
get some more
public schools.
answers from Marcus himself.
But that means we have to see Marcus.
That
Which I
means
suppose
we have
Lieutenant
to-
could help with.
That means we have to free Marcus.
We don't have to free Marcus. We just have to see Marcus. We can see him.
They have
We
visitors
could possibly
in
see him
jail.
in his.
Perhaps we can talk to him through the bars.
I also like the idea of attending the execution. Maybe someone who comes to the execution is in some way related to Marcus or is another.
A problem with that, though, is if we let it get to that point, then your favor with Angelico will go away. He asked us not to make trouble in order to make the introduction between you and the Duke.
And I want that very badly.
So we'll be at cross purposes. I believe tomorrow we have enough time, if we dedicate it, to free our friend.
Sounds good. So we have the rest of the night off. Just to clarify, we don't need to do anything else.
You seem quite
Yes.
interested.
I have plans. I have made plans.
Made plans.
Yes. So like, what time do we have to be like up and ready to go in the morning? Like 9, 9:30, 10
I would
a.m.
believe first thing would be the best.
First thing, like dawn.
The roosters cry.
When the roosters cry.
There's a man's life at stake. I believe we should make.
Yes,
all
okay.
this.
Yes, a man's life at stake. Okay, fine.
All right. Well, unless you have other activities planned for the rest of the evening, obvious one notwithstanding, she is looking forward to seeing you in the morning. By the way, so
I'm going.
Wow,
I'm going
you
to.
tonight. You gotta close it tonight,
she's
man.
going to see me tonight.
You know what? I actually might go down to the. I think I'm gonna go down to the bar as well, just to.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Watch him
dance.
fail?
I'm gonna dance, and,
To watch him fail.
but not in like a sexy way. Like I just
want to enjoy the
I
space.
really like music. I really like art. So I'm just going to dance,
right.
and if people look at me, that's great.
I'm gonna listen to whispers. I'm sure there's gonna be whispers, and I'm just gonna listen. I'm gonna be unobtrusive as a very, very large, warlike looking man. Ooh, did I get my dagger back?
Oh God. As you would leave.
Important question.
Good question.
What time of the night is it right now, Ivan?
It is after dinner, so it is before the wee hours of the night, so presumably 8 or 9.
8 or 9. What time does the
hours.
bar close downstairs?
2 a.m.
All right, I'm not gonna show up. I'm gonna roll in around 1:15. That's
bar?
That is Alejandro's plan. It's all part of the plan. Yeah, he's gonna stay in the room and just hang out, maybe take a little nap, and then rolling down in there around 1:15 around closing time, when Brandy's gonna close out.
Okay.
This is gonna be so much fun to watch.
No,
Okay.
that's just what's gonna happen. That's all, and it's gonna go.
What happened?
Ooh, secret notes.
I'm excited.
There is laughter.
Do you want me to roll for you?
Why is there?
What?
Secret things are happening. Regroup. How you gonna do this?
Okay. So.
We were literally dicking around. She's getting stuff done.
Yes.
Sorry guys, I want to get my stuff up so that I can make sure I'm doing this correctly.
I think you're doing great.
There's a good looking character sheet. Nope, that is not a good character sheet. I just need to make sure that I have.
Great character sheet.
It's an amazing
Best character sheet I believe I've ever seen.
What an amazing character sheet. Where is just the
I've seen
second
some
edition
sheets
one.
in this one.
Does anyone have? It's in my bag at the moment. I'm going to use this one. Nope, I am not because that's in French.
Do not use that one.
That isn't a great character sheet.
All right.
I'm dancing.
Yeah, and you are hearing a lot of people mostly talking about the Oyster Festival. How, and in particular, you're also the one thing that sticks out to you as you're dancing that you pick up, Hope slash Stella. The one thing that you pick up is how they changed the date this year.
Oh,
that's interesting. That they moved it up from what it normally is.
Oh, did you hear about the Oyster Festival? Oh, no, they moved it to tomorrow. That's weird. The oysters aren't even fresh yet. There's hardly going to be a really good taking because they're not really expecting them to come until next week. Well, I better get there early so not a lot of drinking tonight and making sure I get the first batch of oysters as I can get them.
All right.
Oysters Festival's tomorrow.
Let's do. How are you, Jade? How are you on finesse and theft?
I just rolled that and got 4 raises.
4 raises.
Whoa, baby! Finesse and theft.
Whoa, baby! Whoa, baby!
Is that
How much do you want me to give you all the information on here, and you can tell me what you want to pick? You wanna do that?
You can say it there. Everyone can find out what I'm up to.
All right. So your 1 to succeed getting in.
Okay.
2 to prevent any misgivings, leaving signs. And this is unfortunate because I'm giving this to you after knowing what your total raises are. Normally, I would tell them to you before you told me what the raises are, but I'm going to be fair and tell you that. And 1 raise for every thing that you want to investigate. 2 raises if you want to take it.
Okay.
So if you want to look at stuff, it's 1 raise. So let's do this: 1 raise to get in, 1 raise to avoid being seen getting in, and then one raise to get out, not being seen.
Sure.
And then a 1 raise to look at stuff and 2 raises to take it.
So that's 5 if she wants to do all of it.
If she wants to do getting in without a problem, yeah, it's 5 if she wants to do all of it and only take 1 item. If she wants to suffer some consequences and either look at or take more things, that is up to her. Now, for the rest of you, so hope that's what you've gotten. Santiago, your night's planned. And the rest of you are...
I'm down there doing some listening. Listening. I assume I would have heard the Oyster Fest has been moved up.
You would definitely heard the oyster talk.
Anybody talking about the Vaticine at all, Church, or any of the...
There's a lot of speculation.
Okay.
You know, there's a lot of people talking about,
You've been hearing about them rounding up the Vaticine around. Right, no, I didn't even know they had Vaticine around here. Yeah, well, they don't have a church from here, so I guess they gotta go meeting up whenever they do. That's a shame. I heard they brought old Timbre in there as well as Mercleon. Oh, well, Mercleon was always a little wingdinger, if you know what I mean. I'm not terribly surprised.
Anybody say where they worship? Specifically, if anybody would know where, no?
No, I don't think anyone would be giving any specifics like that, and certainly not in just crosstalk. You could try to dig a little deeper if you wanted to, but that would be an approach that I would want to hear from you. All right.
Perhaps I will. All right, I'll say.
So tell me your approach, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna approach one of the guys. I'm gonna say.
No, tell me. I'm sorry, not just literally approach, but tell me how you would like to approach talking to them. How would you like to go about it?
Well, I'd probably just kind of, just put it in and be like, excuse me, I overheard you talking about matters of interest in the town. I am new to the place and would like to very much to hear.
So panache.
Yes.
With what else would you say?
Perform. Because I'm kind of, is it perform?
Perform's fair.
Yeah, perform.
You need to validate to me how you would like to use your skills. It is not my job to tell you how
Panache
to approach.
I'm performing the innocence and the panache to.
Sounds good to me. So wait, before you tell me your raises,
yes, I know.
Here's what's going on.
Right.
You would have one approach to successfully have converse with them about whatever you want to talk about.
Right.
A consequence would be that they would be put off by whatever you're doing.
Right.
An opportunity would be maybe getting a little more information than what you had hoped for. And 2 raises if you want to make a friend out of him.
Okay.
Right?
So that's 5 potential.
Right. And then your stuff just happens through the glory of you being graceful and lovely.
Yeah, it does. I haven't interacted with anybody.
Right.
I'm graceful and lovely.
Although you do have a couple slobbering drunks that are fawning over you at the moment. So
I hope I get even more.
Milton?
Those are my favorite people to deal with.
Are you sleeping?
Brooding in the corner, drinking an ale, listening for.
All right. Fair enough. And you guys.
All right, I got. I have 3 races then.
3 raises.
1.
Okay.
2. Wait. Yes.
Great. How would you like to spend them? You're the only one doing an approach at the moment, so you get to kind of do this how you will.
Let me just make sure right quick, because
I want to do something crazy.
Oh, you wait till closing time. There'll be another approach.
I'm ready.
Get those
it is
dice
that
ready. Get those dice ready.
I don't need to be rolling no dice.
Oh!
It's a done deal.
It is around 1:15. As this conversation is happening, you watch as
Santiago.
As what is it? Remind me again.
Alejandro.
Yeah. As Alejandro seems to be taking a very giggly, a very, very, very giggly
It's true, man.
brandy.
Oh no!
Through the kitchen. So she takes you from behind the bar and out to the back of the kitchen. And
Out in the back.
back in the back, as they say.
Dang, dang, dang.
Back in the back, baby.
You could, if you have alternative motives beyond what you're getting tonight, you can let me know. But all right.
You just want what you want.
So what's your spends?
Let's do the one opportunity. Don't really need to make friends. Just need the information. So
you
get rid of
just want to do the
consequences.
opportunity.
Yep.
And so what? That's 1 for the opportunity.
1 to get rid of the one for the
1 to
approach,
negate the consequences.
and 1 to negate the consequences.
And then 1 to succeed. So succeed, negate consequences, and the opportunity. Great.
Or how you doing, friend?
Oh.
I'm quite well, and yourself?
Yeah, well, just enjoying a pleasant evening off before a big festival tomorrow.
So I've heard.
So, I don't see many of you Vestamignarians. Oh, God, I'm always butchering that. Hey, if there's a seat for you, if you want to take it, what can I do you for?
Very much appreciated. I'm just I'm new to town, and
He's so pleasant, isn't he? You would never expect that from a northerner. So pleasant. Well, what's sorry, go ahead.
I was just curious about some of your customs and some of the things that are happening here.
Customs and Mecleon. Oh, I'm sorry to tell you, friend, but if you traveled here looking for culture, you're only here to find a fishing village.
It's no big deal. My approach here was actually an accident. We were shipwrecked.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear. As a sailor myself, I hope that your misfortune only brings me greater glory out in the sea.
Oh, thank you very much. So, the Oyster Festival has been moved up, I hear.
Oh, you heard me talking about that, right? Yeah. No, it's usually on the 3rd week of the summer solstice. It's just because that's when the oysters are the best.
Do you know when, why, for any reason why?
I didn't hear much about it. Some doctrine that they put in, some official word from the mayor, I guess.
Can I hear any of this, by the way?
If you're seeing Fateless sit over in the corner talking to the man, you could creepily edge over there as much as you want, Milton.
I've heard some troubling things about members of the
Yeah. I've been rounding up a bunch of people. Saying they's broken laws and putting them over into Oxford. That place wasn't even up and running up until about 6 months ago. They used it during the War of the Cross for religious infractors. But now I guess they got it up and running again.
I see. Now, one of my companions is Vaticine. Should I be concerned?
One of your companions? What is he? Is he a Vaticine?
Potentially like
He's getting a little loud.
Right, okay.
With his talk.
I hear Vaticines are talking about old Queen Elaine being a whore.
We are not from this land, so I assure you he is not involved in any of that speech.
He watches as people.
Well, why they round him up then?
You watch as he's looking around and seeing people walking around.
Well, why did they then? If people from the peace be taking people who gonna be talking shit about Queen Elaine, well then why?
As you well know, I am new to this piece, so I do not know what they are saying.
Right. All right. Well, you being a newcomer and all that be. But if you're making friends with people speaking against the crown, well,
I would never do such a thing.
All right, that ain't right, man. That ain't right, friend. It's not good. And Queen's done a lot for us.
From everything I've heard, she's an amazing ruler.
She drug us out of a shit war, gave us our jobs back, gave us our lands back, and, well, he gets real quiet. Have you seen people from the mainland? Have you seen these mercenaries? They give me the creeps.
Mercenaries?
No, missionaries.
Oh.
People be coming back from the mainland, from Castile and such. They're all dark-skinned and they're all zealots. And they're all very, very passionate. They're just saying these nasty things and saying it in the Prophet's name.
Do you know of such people?
Well, now that you mention it, I did see a few, over in Wadesboro in particular. From what I heard, as soon as they started tearing down the embargoes with Castile, they started coming by here in the boats loads.
But I'm saying specifically here, you have heard of these.
Oh, no, I haven't seen any myself, but my buds here. Well, we sail across the strait all the time into Montagain, shipping furs and textiles and such and spices and meats. And I see him. I've been over in the mainland. I've been over on the northern side of Montagain. I've seen the missionaries over there. They're they do like to talk, I'll tell you what.
You have concerns about some of your friends?
My friends? Well, my shipmates, I won't call them my friends. Called you friend, but you're just sitting here not even drinking with me. What's a friend if you can't drink with a mate?
I'll order. I'll be like, well, you did not invite me to drink. You only invited me to sit.
Drinking's your own business. Sitting's my business because it's this table. But
I'll drink with you, friend.
Oh, look at you. You look like someone my grandpappy would be all a gusto and a fluffer about. Who are you, friend? Now, you look at he kind of points around. What you doing out here in the cities? Don't you have a fairy ring to go floats about?
Time to time,
remember, we still need to see if they know where the Vaticine are.
No disrespect, friend. No disrespect. My grandpappy was a worshipper of the old gods, and I have to say, he was an honest man. Not like these Vaticine. They say one thing and mean another. They got a whole look in your eye and they got a serpent's tongue is what they've got. Sugar in their hands and a serpent's tongue in their face.
I'm gonna take this opportunity. I'm gonna walk right up to him, or just pretend. I want to do a bluff and say, "Careful what you say about the Vaticine. We are not all what you think we are."
All right, great. So tell me, so it's a bluff
I wanna
plus.
start a rumor that I am Vatican.
All right, great. So that would be panache, I would say, and then instead, I know you want to bluff, but then what's the skill you want to try to apply to that?
I want to perhaps maybe convince him.
Convince is
Yeah.
good. Yeah. So
Okay.
panache and convince. So your approach is that you want to seed a rumor that you could be a member of the Vatican Church.
Yeah, but I'm gonna
Okay.
like play it like I'm drunk, like, but also like still, I'm obviously a sexy person.
Right.
So so it's more
Who
like.
would question such a thing?
So this is the actions and consequences as thus. Anyone else have any approaches they would like to do? And now just
I kind of want to finish getting my information.
I think you got quite a bit.
Right, I was trying
I
to get if there was location.
Oh, I see. Well, we'll see. If the location of
If they would know where they do their
Vatican
practice.
nest.
Oh, the Vatican.
Oh, Vatican Nest in Mercleon.
Well, no, where they would do their practicing is what I was.
Oh, I see. Okay. I will give you that information in this next kind of lineup,
Okay.
and then that will be kind of the
That'll be good. Yeah.
end of it, and then we'll get into what yours. But let me tell you your action approach and stuff, and then I'll wrap him up. The action would be, of course, to convince him seed successfully.
Okay.
The consequences would be to make sure that they're not violent about it.
Yeah.
All right. And then the opportunity. What would be the opportunity here? The opportunity is that you would.
Well, what I'm really trying to do is, yes, I want to start this rumor. The opportunity would be for them to be so interested that they, spread it around.
They spread it around. Well, you'll do that successfully with one raise.
Oh, okay.
But the two.
So then maybe they change their minds even a little
Well,
bit.
just open up their minds a little bit, yeah.
Right, and then you want to open their minds up. Oh, well then your opportunity here then is to, if it is your intent, to try to make them less aggressive. Well, that wouldn't make sense because if you don't take the consequences and do the opportunity, they can negate themselves because they're going to get angry at you.
Just give a more open mind about members of the church. You know what I mean? Because they obviously he's got this very specific picture of what he thinks they are. He sees this young lady that's very different than what he perhaps thinks.
Well, if that's what you like, then
Is that what you're
we'll
trying
make
to
that the
get?
opportunity.
Yeah.
Is that you kind of crush the stigma against the Vatican members a little bit.
The auto stigma.
Stigma.
Like,
what did I say?
Just that.
No, I'm just saying. Automatically they're like, oh, Vatican.
I think, and then like the further opportunities that maybe the Vatican actually like treats it as real, and maybe I don't know, like is a little bit more.
Roll the dice.
Is a little.
That's fine.
bit-
I just want to make sure that you're happy with your opportunity to purchase.
Yeah. Yes. Ideally, what happens is that the rumors start. Oh Jesus.
Here's the thing. Here's an opportunity. Is that not only that, but I'll also tell you more about him, and you'll maybe, just like I did earlier with him, the opportunity here is that you've made a friend who is a sailor in Mercleon.
Okay, great. So I have 3 raises.
Okay.
So I negate the violence, I succeed, and then I also, make them a little less.
Well, that's 3. So
Oh, okay.
3 is just the success of rumor,
Okay.
and then the violence negated. The 2 consequences, because it was 2 consequences.
Okay,
you
great.
would
So maybe
spend.
his mind's not changed, but I don't. Then I don't spend it on the.
That's fair.
And the opportunity.
As you speak in with your hand down on there, and what did you say again?
I say, careful what you say about the Vatican. We are not all what you think we are.
He hushes himself. You hear everybody, and you start to hear whispers kind of all around you. It's like even the band kind of stops to play a little bit. Only briefly as they pick it back up again, and the music kind of comes back in.
Yeah.
And you're like, right. Well, then I encourage you, my dear, to go. Well, and he looks back to you again and goes, see, that's what I'm talking about, always sticking their nose in the business. They would think that they would be, just content with their church over in Wadesboro.
Well, here's the thing, my friend. If you were a member of a group and you were falsely accused of some vile deed, would it not be of your interest to clear yourself?
Oh, I'd be
and
pissed.
Your group?
Oh, I'd be bloody pissing my pants. I'd be so mad.
Exactly. So perhaps you should, maybe not be so quick to assume that they
Are you
all.
saying? Wait. Whoa, friend. Are you saying
that all those people they've been rounding up are being falsely accused?
I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying we do not know how many
Wait,
of them.
are they hanging? Wait, oh, they're not going to do anything to all members of the community. We're just telling them they're rounding up and finding them.
That is up to your mayor.
Our mayor? Well, shit. He watches. He starts talking with his mates next to him, and you can see they're getting a little mad about what's going on, and they're talking about like, yeah, I heard that Timothy there was brought up, and they slapped a fine on him, but then they took him away into a cab.
My friend, if we were to speak with the concerned members of the community from the Vaticine, that are of the Vaticine, where would we find them?
Well, the only ones I know is a church over in Wadesboro. I don't know anyone's around here.
How far away is Wadesboro? How far away is Wadesboro?
Wadesboro is it's a day ride.
Seems to me that's where we should head to next as soon as we free our friend.
There are many signs pointing to
All
Wadesboro.
signs seems to point to Wadesboro.
Yes, but we need to figure out how we're going to free our friend in the meantime. And obviously he would not have, well, perhaps there would be someone who could tell us his movements to see if he had time to get over to Wadesboro to enact the very thing they are accusing him of.
Yeah, you can see the guy is still talking with his friends, and he goes back to you and goes,
Now, friend, if you are true and honest to me as a Christian, sorry, me going into the English, as a man of God and of the prophet, would you honestly tell me if you thought a man was being falsely imprisoned under religious scrutiny? Because that's not what the Queen has stood for, and that is not what we as Avalonians, well, we don't like it.
I cannot ascertain the information until I know for certain.
You're speaking in long, fuzzy words for a man who's 5 points in.
We need to see whether or not he is guilty. In order to do that, we need to know more about his situation.
Who's guilty? Who are you talking about being
As you have said, many have been rounded up.
Right,
there are a number of people that I have questions of.
Well, you let me know if there's anything me and me mates can do, because we want to see justice. We don't want to see our mates come to any harm, but more importantly, we don't want to see any harm come to the Queen.
Of course. That is a concern for all of us.
We love our Queen, but we will not see our friends in dire straits.
you can see he is getting drunker and drunker.
I'll have a man to say, Faithus.
All right. Timothy Longsbarrow.
Well, Mr. Longsbarrow, if I were to hear such a thing that you should be concerned about, be sure I will come to you.
Good. To Fateless. You watch him as well clink a glass. To Fateless. Push.
May he find his fate in Avalon.
That could be taken a little. Whoa!
That wouldn't slide.
A drunken sailor. Let it be a little inappropriate. Great. Let me put this man's name in so
we know.
Longsbarrow.
All right, Wadesboro. So that doesn't tell us. So it doesn't sound like there's any. Oh, should we go back to the room then?
Yes.
Sans. Alejandro.
Oh yeah, y'all not gonna see me till dawn.
Okay.
And me, I'm probably not back yet, yeah?
Oh no, you're. In fact, at this point, no, you probably haven't even left yet.
Hey.
You know. But then, do you want to write to me how you spent your raises? Put it on this little guy here.
Yeah, you said, I just want to double check what you said. You said 1 to not be seen getting in, like 1 to get in without being seen.
1 to get in, 2 to not be.
Take something.
To not, what's that?
2 to take something.
Yeah, 1 to get in, 1 to not be seen, 2 to take something, 1 to look at it.
Okay.
So the second one, to get in and get out, not being seen, that's 2 raises.
That's 2.
All right?
Okay, yeah, I'll steal that back and write something down.
Cool.
Cool, man.
What the heck is she up to?
What are you doing?
I'm stuck.
Espionage.
Secret people keeping secrets.
What are you doing? You never know
Stuff.
what you're doing over there.
Shall we return back to the room and discuss?
I think that's wise.
All right, great. You're all back. Unless there's more you'd like to talk about, we can flash forward this to Dawn.
No. There's a bit more I'd like to talk about, actually.
Right.
Right, so, okay, so it doesn't sound like there's a local worship spot.
No.
Seems like the only worship spot is in Wadesboro, so we have to figure out where exactly they thought Mercus was doing the worshiping.
They said when they arrested him, they thought he was doing it inside the lighthouse. Specifically, that's what they said. That's why this feels like a religious witch hunt.
Okay, so we need to then we need to speak to Lieutenant
Bastion
in the morning to ascertain that.
Don't ask me. I'm busy doing something else.
That was an out of character, remember, because I would know his name, but I'm like, okay. Then we need to speak with Bastion in the morning to attempt to free the men and find the actual, if there are any provocateurs.
Sounds like a solid idea.
I like it.
But what other information did we come by this evening?
The Oyster Festival was pushed forward for some reason.
That is quite curious. The mayor was one who ordered such.
Perhaps to hide the executions.
That would be my assumption as well.
There is something to be said for staying in this town now that perhaps there is a rumor going around that I am in fact the assassin. Perhaps we stir up some ants under a log.
Perhaps also you might be approached by members of the Vadocine, especially those who are attempting to insurrect.
If I did my job right, I think that is exactly what will happen.
So we should have you available to members of the town who wish to approach you on the morrow.
I should ride on a float.
I'm sure they'll try to approach her for many reasons.
Thank you.
We just need more situations where Jason can just jump in and go, science! We just need more of that.
We do need more science with the reason.
Science and nature walk hand in hand together to the same conclusion.
Cool. Science and nature. I am a man of the old gods, and also science.
I'm a complicated man.
Who's to say the old gods aren't about science?
Hey, yeah.
We're talking your voice for a second.
Old religion and science can go hand in hand. I love it.
I think
It's all time is a flat circle, man.
Yeah.
The more we find out about new stuff, the more it looks like the old stuff was the new stuff is that we're finding. Okay.
It's in there.
That's awesome.
No, but it's true.
I'm right there with you.
I'll watch a science show for kids hosted by Jason Jones Miller.
What's that?
Ever living SHIT out of that. A science show for kids hosted by you.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
As Milton?
Yeah. Oh, amazing.
Is he real good?
All right, so what do we need to... All right, so tomorrow we just talked to Bastion. Was there anything else they were
Talk to
talking
Bastion,
about?
maybe attend the festival.
But yeah, we should definitely check out the festival. But what else did Timothy say? He's talking about he's been overseas, his friends. Obviously, we could start the town to get all riled up about Mercus if we so choose. That's pretty easy.
Right. I don't think.
And maybe some others. But again, we had said earlier maybe that inciting a riot is not
No, I'm just
our
saying.
plan of action.
But we actually have that. If as a last ditch effort, if nothing else works,
That's true,
we could burn it
that's
all
true.
down.
We'd ruin your chances with the Duke if we did that.
But we could burn it down. No, we wouldn't. We would ruin a chance with the Duke with Angelico, and that's only if Angelico actually makes it back to the Duke. Just saying.
I have reservations
Yeah.
about Lieutenant Bastion because he's the very person that arrested Mercleon, and he's the very person that arrested Marcus, and convincing him of his innocence. He would have obviously seen that 10 people could not fit into that.
Yeah, and we tried that on the way.
Yes.
Sorry to make you get up, Nicole.
Is there perhaps someone else we could speak to?
So let's get to morning. It is dawn, and you.
Why you pushing us, man? Why you pushing us?
You awaken.
Where is Alejandro?
You awaken to the sounds of the cock crowing and a creaking of a door as Alejandro is walking in with boots in hand, and he's tiptoeing towards one of the beds before the four of you wake up to see him try to do his walk.
Just slipping into bed, just like, I'm sorry. Shh.
There is
And then-
nothing to be sorry about.
A man should never show shame for his conquests.
Unfortunately,
As long as they were legit.
Alejandro, I will have to remove 1 die from you for the whole rest of the day.
Oh, why is that?
Because of your lack of sleep, sir.
Get any rest?
Way to blow the whole situation.
Well,
That's fair. All right.
Did we heal at all from sleeping?
Yes, you did.
How
And
much?
yes, you did.
Cool.
So
How many death spiral things did
I
we?
think you haven't had any major wounds.
We
most
haven't
of you?
gotten all the way to the 1 yet.
to
I
the
don't think
1.
anybody
Then if you haven't
has.
gotten to the 1 yet, then take them all off.
Great.
Damn.
All right.
Okay.
Rest
Cool.
and recuperation. Whether
Cool.
that's the actual case or not, I'm making the call at the moment
Okay.
to get you up to speed. It is morning at the Duck's Booties, and you hear as occasionally, about 15 or 20 minutes later, as you're getting ready, you hear as knocks on the door and go, "Food orders,
Oh.
food orders,
Putting in the breakfast order.
breakfast orders."
Yep.
Is that potty?
Damn right. Oh no, it's not potty. It is.
Is it brandy?
It's brandy.
I thought she'd be
Yeah.
passed out.
Oh, she like, psh. That's like,
Guys, pretend I'm not here.
why would we pretend you're not here? What is
Breakfast orders. You get to hear it to Alejandro's door, and you can hear the assistant give a very long-winded order as it comes to your door. Breakfast orders.
I'll put in there.
I'll have some fruit, fresh fruit.
So y'all put in breakfast orders, fresh fruit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So y'all put in your breakfast orders, and you're getting ready. So what would you like to do, friends?
Let's go to the oyster festival.
Sounds good to me.
I'm ready.
Cool. So you wait about.
You wouldn't happen to know anything we might need to act on, would you? Miss disappear in the middle of the night.
No, I was investigating a room that we were all in previously
So
during the
was that-
day
oh, no.
yesterday.
Oh.
Nice.
But I unfortunately did not find any sealed papers with anything of note between the person we spoke to yesterday and the mayor or Bastion.
Did you perhaps put the paper that you appropriated back?
No, well, we took that from the mayor's office, so I
Oh, you
wouldn't have
went in
given
the
that
mayor's
back for Angelico.
Oh, I thought you were in the. Oh, you went to the telephone.
Angelica's room.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah,
Actually, wouldn't have been a bad move to put it back in Angelico's room.
I found something interesting, but it's not information that's going to help us right now. If it helps later. That'd be
Actually,
cool.
that would have been good to put it
I'm
in
going to
his
tell
room
you a
because
little
he
more
was-
information, by the way, because I told you what it was, but I didn't tell you how it was.
Because
He was in the mayor's office right before us.
Yes.
Planting the evidence.
Could you?
But I know you're Mr. Honesty, so.
No, I'm not. Not when it comes to that.
Not when it comes to framing someone, no. Have at it.
That wouldn't be framing him. He'd just be like, "Oh, I forgot to give it to him. And give it to him again." Or I forgot to leave it with him.
Yeah, we can play on his insecurities that he's going crazy.
Is it
This
maybe
man with an
matching
issue,
something that would have been in a safe on a ship?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Guys, I was also investigating, but nothing to report. Just a heads up though, at the festival, if any of you guys see Brandy from the bar, don't be cool about it. I might dip out. That's okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to her later, but probably not today.
Did you do such a poor job that you need to be ashamed of?
Oh, yeah.
No, I did such a good job. She told me she loved me, and I said, you know what? We need to take a break for like a day. We're gonna leave this town anyway, right?
Well, a bit.
Oh la la.
Yeah.
Breaking hearts.
But
What
maybe it is my heart that has been broken.
what I can tell everyone about my night's activities is that should Angelico end up getting the better of us, we got him.
I like that.
As a few minutes go by, you hear as breakfast is brought, it's served. You can enjoy it in your room or down in the common area if you wish.
Somebody want to go downstairs and scout?
Is Brandy bringing it? Is Brandy bringing
Brandy
it?
brings it.
I think we should scout the common area. See if
Duck
there's a
out
nice-
into the bathroom, and then as you guys get that extra plate of fruit, I just wait till she's gone, and then I grab it.
We just slide it into the bathroom for you.
Alejandro, breakfast is here, and sorry, Brandy, he's right. He's just right here. I'll go and get him.
All right.
Is he
I'll see you in a little bit.
Brandy, oh hey, hey, I'll see you. Yeah, I'll see you later. Thank you.
All right, let me just wrap it up here, and then we'll go out to the festival.
Oh, that's right. You planned to go to the festival right there.
Okay, sounds good. Oh no, my stomach. I have a stomach ache.
Oh.
So maybe I'll go to the festival. I'll catch up with you later. I'm gonna try to sleep it off.
Oh my God.
She's gonna see you at the festival,
So
boy.
sloppy.
Horrible.
Oh, all right then.
But just go. Well, like I'll catch up. I just have to sit.
You
rest for a second.
You have all the subtlety of a
see
sea
as
monster.
She takes the empty plate and shuts the door, and you can hear the footsteps as she walks away seem to have a little more weight to them.
Doleful
They didn't have
footsteps.
previously.
Wow.
You cad!
What?
I said you cad, you rogue.
You guys don't think that went well?
No.
Okay, let us all go to the festival together. Now.
She's gonna see you there.
Well, then I'll run away.
If someone might approach me who might claim to be Vaticine, let's just keep an eye out for that.
Of course.
How come? Why? You're not Vaticine.
As you were leaving,
You're better.
throughout the common area, you can see that the man who, Milton, you approached the night before is in the room, seemingly to eat a sparse breakfast. And as you're walking out through the front door, you can see that he clears up and he is taking a long cloak and fastening it onto his outfit. And you get a better look at what's going on under there this time, as he does seem to have sailor's wear, but he is packing, you can say, a long rapier.
Yeah, we're bringing weapons tonight.
What's that?
I intended to be
Are you all bringing the weapons out to the festival today too?
For how much wealth could I spend if we all wanted to get like fancier garments?
I would, if you wanted to do common wear, like classic, like going out and just making sure that you're not in rags and riches. I would say wealth is pretty. You having a wealth point's kind of a big deal. So for all of you to have not upper class, but like swashbuckling outfits.
Yeah.
You know, legit swashbuckling outfits. Not like you're not getting anything that's courtly. But garb,
Like new
boots,
versions of what I was
tunics,
wearing, yeah.
hats, and standard swashbuckling gear, vests and coats and belts. If you spend an entire wealth point, all 5 of you can be outfitted as such.
I want to. Do you guys
Shopping montage.
I don't have.
Shopping
It's all of our pearl.
montage.
It's all of our pearl.
So you all go out
Yeah.
and you go to the local tailor and sport the appropriate sailing and swashbuckling gear of your choice.
And
Tricorn's
I just keep saying
hat.
too much material. That's too much material. You don't need that much material to cover this. less.
Nicole, look at this necklace. Pick it up. Look at it. You don't like it?
It's not
Right.
for me. Give it to
Pick it up.
Stella.
No, please try it.
I mean, it's pretty.
Just look at the unders, like pick it up and pick it up.
Okay.
What is it, magical or something?
Snap!
Ha 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 ha.
Okay, that wasn't very fun, Nicole. All right, it wasn't very fun. Like in the montage, never mind.
I'll look for northern flavored.
Right.
I Milton still wants to wear robes, just nicer ones.
Just not torn up, salt, ragged and driven.
Nicer.
Okay.
What's
So you all fits in, and you can see that the tailor.
What's under the robes?
Pure magic.
Okay.
Good answer.
I'm gonna remember that one. That's good.
And as the 5 of you lean out, you see that banners are being hung, and people are bringing in fresh packs of oysters and these ice packs, and you can watch them as they're being dumped into a fountain, which is in the center square, and you can see it has this amazing figure of an Avalonian knight who is standing in. Literally, there is water pouring out of it all over the oysters as it's filling up inside, and people are just grabbing them and taking commemorative knives from the occasion and picking them out and just slurping them in raw. As different preparers are putting together, and it seems to be a lot of fun. So, and with that, we will check out the Mercleon Oyster Festival next week as our little adventure continues, and the day before comes in. What is this?
Gift from Critter Nation.
Hey, Critter Nation! Thank you, Critter
I was able to
Nation.
meet him. His name is Murray.
It's for you.
Whoa!
Someone decided to dig into
Reese's
them. I don't know
peanut butter
who it
cups.
was.
Reese's peanut butter cup.
Oh my goodness.
Peanut butter
Oh,
and
man.
Reese's?
You can share. I'll take it.
Yeah, shout out to Critter
I believe.
Shout out Critter
we did have to say our favorite
Thanks,
candy,
man.
didn't we?
I know, I didn't get a chance to see you. You were
Big
here
bad.
Friday.
Yeah, we did.
You were here for, I did watch you dance on Gather Your Party and sing, and I was impressed.
I'm going to give it a little
And
more.
very happy that you made that you took the time, effort, and energy. Thank you. Well, we'll see you all next week. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for Game the Game. We have a brand new spanking table
Nice.
that we're going to be busting out. And next week, our adventure continues.
Yay!
But in the meantime, we Reese's.
Bye, Lucas.
Bye, Why the hammer?
What kind of hammer is that, buddy?
Later.
Hammer, don't hurt him.
This is a hammer that was made by Gil Ramirez when I took over.
Yeah,
nice.
My bad, I was almost falling.
Wow.
Made by Gil when I took over, so I'm taking it with me.
You should.
So cool.
As you should.
Follow me on Twitter at Lucas Uspank, EUSPANK.
Just see your mouth.
Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/awcookie. Follow me home. My
Do all
address
of it.
is. All right, bye guys. It's been great. You'll see me around.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this episode of ForeverVerse. Make sure to like and comment and subscribe as we'll be releasing episodes on every Thursday on GNS's YouTube, starting with the first episode right here. If you'd like to jump ahead to the current point in our campaign, you can always watch us live on Twitch, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to watch ForeverVerse episodes that are available right now, you can always go to projectalpha.com. They are all there for you. And if you want to watch episodes that we've already released on YouTube, there's this fun little playlist right here. Thanks. Goodbye.